All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and I want to say thank you for joining us today on the live stream. Today we're going to be doing November's Site Review Showdown. So if you guys are not familiar with how the showdowns work, or if this is your first time hanging out with us during a Site Review Showdown, the way it's going to work is we're going to pick 4 Zenfolio websites. We're going to pick out, have you guys in the live chat audience randomly pick those out. I'm going to show you guys how to do that here in a second. So you guys are going to be picking out 4 random websites. We're going to do a 10-minute review for each website, and we're going to be giving out points, but I'm not going to be keeping score. So that's the way the site review showdowns are going to work. So let's see, if this is your first time hanging out with us, make sure you say hi to us in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Looks like, I'm going to say this wrong, I know I'm going to get it wrong. Linka Flaherty Photography hanging out with us. Darren Mark, we've got Craigslist hanging out with us. And as always, hanging out, taking care of you guys in chat. The guy who's a little overexcited about Thanksgiving, Richard. So make sure you guys show Richard some love. Also, to get started, what I want you guys to do to get started with the site review is go ahead and throw it out in the chat. I want you guys to pick a number 1 through 56. That's going to help me select our first randomly selected website. And if you guys were with us last week, we had some interesting images on the screen, and I turned a little bit red. I don't know if that's going to happen this week or not, but I do have a censor button in case something like that pops up. But go ahead and throw a number out there in the chat, a number between 1 and 56, and that will be the first website that we're going to start on. And then so just a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, today is hashtag World Hello Day. So make sure you go and tell somebody hello, throw it out on social media. It's World Hello Day. Also, next week is Thanksgiving, so no Zenfolio Live next week. However, we will be doing Site Review Tuesday next Tuesday. So make sure you come hang out with us on Site Review Tuesday. On Thanksgiving, there's not going to be a Zenfolio Live, so don't forget that. And then, of course, as we go throughout this whole live stream, I'm going to be answering your questions towards the end. So if you have questions about Zenfolio at all, make sure that you get those thrown into the chat so I can get those answered, or Richard will answer those for you in the chat. Looks like Darren threw out the number 56 is the first number I see here. Let's see. 56. All right, so we're going to start out with 56. So let me switch over here, get ready for that. And let me go grab number 56. You guys picked the one way down the list. So let me go grab that site really quick. And then we'll put 10 minutes up on the review. So let me get this site opened up really quick. And I'm going to do this in a new incognito window. So we're going to say File, New Incognito Window, and we're going to paste this in here. This way, anything that I do is in a new incognito window. All right, so that was number 56. Now, if you guys, once I start the review time, if you'll watch kind of in this little section right down in here, it'll pop up and let you know when we're getting close to the next review. It'll also tell you what numbers to pick from. So I need you guys in chat to watch for that. You'll hear a little sound. Throw those numbers out in chat so that when the time is up for this review, I can have that next site picked out and ready to go. All right, so here we go. Let me put 10 minutes up on the clock. A couple more of you guys joining us. Lynette Graham. Hey, Lynette. Thanks for jumping on and hanging out with us. Craigslist and To Clean Photography. I hope I said it right. Trying to say it right. If you guys notice, I'm not in my normal spot, so everything's a little weird right now for me, so I'm looking all kinds of crazy because I have monitors in different spots than I usually have them. And if the camera shakes a little bit, sorry, I haven't mounted on the desk that I'm using. I'm not the smoothest typer in the world, but hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, let's go ahead and put 10 minutes up on the clock here for the review. Make sure you guys watch for those numbers that pop up, and then we'll go to the next site. Here we go. All right, so here we are on KT Photography. I think it's .gallery. Let me just move this down so you guys can see that web address right here, ktphotography.gallery. Something I'll point out, I usually always point this out, but up here in the top, you still have the default Zenfolio favicon up here. Not a big deal, not a deal breaker, but you do have a pretty cool looking logo here. You could definitely replace this and make this site a little bit more customized. All right, let's go ahead and keep moving on. All right. Nice logo up here in the top corner. So up here in the top left corner, you got this nice little logo. I love the color. And then let's just keep moving here and checking out your site menu. The site menu for me, a little hard to read. Also, too, what I want to show you guys, it's a little large, too. So there's a lot of menu items up here. It looks like we might even be missing one that's barely getting caught on here. So if I zoom out here on Chrome, let's see if we get some more of those in there. So I think we're just missing contact. So when I go back to the way I had my browser before, contact was just getting cut off here up here at the top. So definitely something you might want to think about changing. Maybe you want to switch this over to use the header menu that actually puts the logo over the top and gives you a little bit more room for your site menu items. Or maybe you want to kind of combine some of these together into drop downs, but just something to be aware of. Right now, it's not a huge issue, but it's definitely something that could potentially affect your visitors to your site. All right, so let's talk about the images you got here on the homepage. So you're using a grid homepage. I love grids. I think they're a great use. Definitely show off a lot of different images. It's a good way if you shoot a lot of different types of photography. It's a good way to like display your variations up here. But as you can see from this scroll bar, it looks like there might be quite a bit of images. So let's scroll down here really quick. So we're scrolling down. And I mean, I don't think it's a terrible abundance of images, but there are definitely quite a bit of photos on here. Maybe narrowing these down just a little bit might help to maybe your best one or two from each category or genre of photography that you do. And then also too, as you notice, as I'm hovering over these images, as I think Darren's already pointed out, there is a watermark over the images. It's pretty light, but still on the homepage, I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm by no means telling you to take it off. I'm just saying this is something that you might want to consider here. All right, so next thing too right here as well, when we're hovering over it, we get this little, these social media icons, and we get this kind of weird gray bar. Not really the best experience in my opinion for a visitor landing on your homepage, if this is in fact the homepage that they're landing on when they come to visit your site. So you can definitely turn these things off and clean up this homepage presentation a little bit more just by configuring this page a little bit. You're going to go into options, and I think it's going to be under thumbnails on options. It's going to say like show the social media and different things on hover. You want to turn that off to kind of get these cleaned up here a little bit. All right. Let's go down to the very bottom. So again, something you guys can't see right here is the search bar is showing right here. And then if I go down far enough, this little thing hovers up right here and it has like some information written here. And it's kind of hard to read because the background of this is transparent. So that's something you definitely want to think about there, about that background, making it a little bit more visible. Also too, the search bar, is this something that you want people using? Have you set up your site to be searchable? Is it something that you want people to do? If the answer to that question is I'm not sure, or how does it work, I would go ahead and turn off that search option until you fully understand how it works. And that way people aren't finding things that they shouldn't be finding. And also too, like for me, I think the homepage should be set up for visitors. And if a visitor comes in here, what are they going to be searching for and that kind of thing. So just some things to think about. All right, now let's look at your portfolio. So another thing I would definitely consider your site menu. A little hard to read. I have fairly decent eyesight the last time I was checked. And for me, it's a little hard to read. So with people with harder, with people that have eyesight issues, this could be a challenge for them to read. They might be squinting a little bit. So you definitely might want to think about the colors. You have this black or this kind of brown in your logo over here. It might be nice to go ahead and put your site menu items in that. They fade when we hover over them, even making them even harder to read. So just something to think about. Let's go ahead and take a look at your portfolio. But yes, as a lot of people are saying in chat, I think it's KT. What's the name? Let me look at the name really quick so I can make sure that I am addressing the name properly. I don't have the name. So KT Photography. So as a lot of people are saying in chat, absolutely beautiful photos though. Very, very beautiful photos. Let's go check out your portfolio really quick. All right, so here we are on your portfolio. It looks like we have landed on a group page which is probably due to the default setup when you first created the account. So usually when you first create your account, it creates this portfolio with all these different groups, and it's in a group, and it's kind of already linked from your website. Definitely something you want to consider customizing. First of all, I click on portfolio, and right out the gate, I'm wondering, like, are these the only images in your portfolio? It's perfectly fine to use this kind of group setup, but what I would consider doing is doing custom thumbnails for these different galleries that we're looking at now, so that this gallery says weddings or whatever it should say over the thumbnail image, rather than having to have somebody hover over it. Now, I'm always going to recommend to do a portfolio from the drop-down menu, because having a portfolio having a portfolio like this requires some extra navigation by your visitors. So if they jump into one, they have to go all the way back to the other one to navigate to other portfolios. Another thing that we're seeing here as well is that it says 0 guestbook entries. So I would probably go ahead and turn that off. I don't think you want visitors landing on your portfolio and the first thing that they see is 0 guestbook entries. So I would go in here and turn that guestbook off if this was my website, my portfolio. All right. Now, the other thing too is that it's switching over to these kind of square thumbnails. This is fine if you think about the images that you use, but just be aware that it can crop them off. All right, let's go ahead and click on a thumbnail really quick, and let's just take a look inside of the actual gallery. All right, so here we are in the gallery, and you guys can see it's almost time for a next review, so make sure that you throw a number out in chat for me for the next one. I'm going to pick the first number that I see in chat, 200 to 254. But here we are in and I'm not sure this portfolio is I'm going to say it wrong. It's the Insham Hall promo shoot. Again, this portfolio is a little confusing for me. I was maybe hoping this was going to be like a wedding portfolio, but it looks like this is actually a specific shoot gallery. So I would definitely consider going in and rethinking the structure of your portfolio, how it's set up, how it's leading people, where it's taking them, and the purpose of it. So we're in here. Let's just take a look at the photos. Let's scroll down here to the bottom. Let's take a look really quick. So lots of photos in here. Looks like some of these are still loading up, and you have to forgive my internet speed here. You have some stuff down here turned on that I don't know if you want turned on or not. You definitely don't have any captions or keywords showing. So again, that's something you want to think about. But let's go back up here. I mainly want to talk about the organization of your portfolio, because now as a visitor, if I want to go back and browse your other portfolios, I have to click back on portfolio, and then I have to click into another portfolio. So I'm clicking back on portfolio here, and then I have to go and navigate to another one. Whereas if you had this set up as a drop-down menu, people could just hover over this right here, and then they could easily just pick the portfolio out of that drop-down menu. So that's definitely what I would recommend, all right? So I'm guessing that the rest of these portfolio galleries are probably going to be set up pretty much the same, but let's go ahead and click in here and just take a look really quick. All right, so let's click on this one. And guys, we got about a minute left in this review, so make sure you're throwing numbers out in chat for me so I can get that next site. All right, looks like some of these images are loading, so let's grab another one really quick. Let's go to this one right over here. All right, so this is wedding engagement. So this is more like what I would be expecting to see in a portfolio gallery. It looks like it is mostly of the same couple, so you might want to mix this up a little bit, show some diversity here, and make sure that you're showing diversity of your weddings and all of that stuff, because this does look like it's probably from the same one. Again, I don't see any captions or categories. Also, I see a lot of these distracting elements on hover right here. So I see a lot of distracting elements right here. There's like this little social media button and different things down here. So that's definitely something that I would consider as well, as kind of turning this stuff off. Not really overwhelming people when they come here, giving them a good look at the your portfolio. All right, guys, I need a number in chat right now. Roxanne, I see 117, but that was not in the numbers. All right, Darren Mark threw out 2. Hey, KT Photography, thank you so much for submitting your site. I think you've definitely got a good start. I love your logo. I think the design is really clean. Let's go for some consistency. Let's go for a little bit of maybe reorganizing that portfolio to kind of create a flow and to make it easier for people to navigate through. But thank you so much for submitting that. All right, let me jump out of here and let me see. The first number I see was Darren. He threw out 202. Let me grab 202 really quick and see there. All right, so website 202. Let me get that link here, and I'm going to just mark that one off. And we're going to go File, New Incognito Window. And man, I forgot to give out points in that last review. So remind me this time, guys, and I'll give out points for the review this time. Again, these are completely random. I have no idea what I'm about to pull out. Hopefully nothing crazy happens, but I do have my handy dandy sensor button right here if I need it. So this is what my sensor button looks like. If you guys see this, that means that something crazy happened and on the site or some kind of content, and I have to go and censor it for a second just to make sure that we stay safe on YouTube. All right, nothing happened yet. Was just showing you guys what that looks like. All right, so the site we're on now is GM Photography and Graphics. And let me just pull that down so you guys can see the web address right here. It's GM Photography and Graphics right here, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the review. I'm going to put the 10 minutes up on the clock. Make sure you guys watch for that to get close to ending time, and then throw numbers out in the chat for me. All right, here we go. All right, 10 minutes on the clock. We've got GM Photography, Graphics, and Design. So I think you've got a great start. I know a couple of things here right out the gate. It looks like you've not really done a lot of customization to the site since kind of choosing the presets. So a couple of things that you probably want to think about here. First of all, this logo, that is the display name that is basically from the preset that you chose. Now, if you guys notice, that display name is kind of bleeding over into this host your photos on Zenfolio. So a couple of things I would suggest here. Also, too, that header is really big. So this is taking up a lot of space right here. So a few suggestions here on your header. Let's get a custom logo open or uploaded here. If this is your custom logo, then let's go ahead and let's get that header down a little bit tighter. It's taking up a lot of unnecessary space, and it's really just pushing these images down. Now, the other thing too is it's kind of bleeding over into this. So depending on what plan you have, if you have a pro level or higher plan, you can go ahead and turn off that Zenfolio branding. If you're on the starter plan, unfortunately, that's something that you can't turn off without upgrading, and you would need to do that. All right, let's talk about your site menu a little bit. So we've got sessions and we have a drop down. So nice job setting up the drop downs. We've got sessions, we have promotions, we have contact, we have book now, about, and client. So I'm a little confused by this site menu. What is the difference between sessions and client? We're going to investigate those in a minute, but let's look at your images and talk about these. Now, first of all, this is a photo strip. So this is something that you have set up, a photo strip where it requires some manual sliding. And it looks like you've kind of made a collage here for some of these. One of the things I did notice right here is a couple of these images look slightly skewed. Maybe it's just the way I'm looking at them, but I would definitely go back and check those. But this particular homepage content right here is actually really cool because this will let you show horizontally orientated images and vertical orientated images without it cropping things off. So you can definitely just point this to a gallery that has images without doing a collage, and it will show those in there. Now this collage would look really cool on like a full screen slideshow or something like that. All right, so let's just take a look. It looks like we got a couple of images here. Let's keep going. So just scrolling over here. Again, some of these, while these are beautiful photos, some of these are looking a little skewed on the collage. That's something that you might want to take a look at and just make sure that you're putting them on there and maintaining their aspect ratio. But let's just keep going here. So again, here's another one that's kind of a little skewed. I'm not sure what's causing that, if that's a Photoshop thing, but it's just looking a little bit skewed right here. There's a lot of photos in here. I think you've done a cool job with the collages aside from the skewed images. The photos are beautiful. I would probably opt for trying to show fewer photos in those collages, and maybe just picking out the best 2 or 3 from each one of the categories that you kind of have set up there, putting those into a gallery, mixing them up a little bit, and then using this photo strip. I think it's going to be a better presentation. There's not really a need for the collage. To me, it feels really busy, and I would definitely probably opt for showing fewer photos in those collages and maybe just pick out the best 1 or 2. All right, let's scroll down here really quick and let's take a look at the rest of the website down here. All right, so this says preserving your memories through my photographs. There's a bunch of empty space down here, and then we do have social media down here as well. All right, so we do have some social media down there. So I think this is a nice, clean setup. Just a few comments that I made would make this look much better, getting rid of this space, thinking about these images, etc. Let's go ahead and check out your sessions menu here. So we're going to go sessions. And the first one I see is seniors. So again, I'm a little confused by sessions. Does sessions mean these are portfolio images? Are these example sessions? Or are these like actual client sessions that you're displaying on your homepage? For me, that terminology, it just confuses me just a little bit. It might be a personal thing. What do you guys think in chat? And yeah, as Darren's asking in chat right now, those images on that homepage are actual collage single images that were created as a flat image and uploaded into that gallery. So those weren't the homepage doing that. That was actually a collage image. Okay. So in this sessions gallery here, let's go ahead and take a look here. So just taking a look, I like that you have this clean. I would probably think about these little hover things. Again, if this is a portfolio, definitely thinking about cleaning up the presentation a little bit, not having all these kind of hover and pop-up things down here. Let's keep scrolling down though. Let's see. So to be honest, I think you have about a perfect number of images. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 more, but as far as the number of photos go, this is perfect. Your images are beautiful. I think you've done a good job selecting them out. I would clean up these elements right here, take them off of these thumbnails so they're not so distracting. And then one of the things I always see is nobody has categories and keywords turned on. So if you have taken the time to keyword these photos, to keyword the gallery, it's not showing here at all, so meaning that you're not getting any SEO benefit from it. So I would definitely consider going in, and if you have these photos categorized in keyword, you need to have that showing, and it'll show up down here at the bottom so that you get the SEO benefit of doing all of that work. All right, let's click on a photo. Let's just see how it's being presented. And this is going into what's called dim the lights mode. I think this is perfectly fine. It works really good for portfolios. So I'm going to give you a bonus points for that, for setting that up. Again, guys, we're giving out points. We're not keeping score. It's all for fun. But I'll give bonus points for having the portfolio set up like this. A couple of things that you would definitely want to consider: utilizing your gallery caption up here, putting in some information about your senior sessions. Where are you located? Right now, I have no idea where you're located, to be honest. So putting in where you're located, where you do these senior sessions at. I'm trying to make sure that I hit on different things than what I usually always talk about. But gallery captions, you guys, in my opinion, are one of the most underutilized tools that Zenfolio offers, because you can put a lot of text information in there. You don't want to overwhelm your visitors with a ton of text. You just want to utilize it to give them the information that you want to give them. Basically, where you're at, why you like doing senior sessions, maybe a little bit about it, maybe some of your favorite places, mention specific local places in that caption. And then I always recommend including a link in that caption for them to contact you and get in touch with you. So make sure that you're utilizing those gallery captions. I love that you are using drop-down menus. I'm going to give you a point for that. So great use of the drop-down menus. It makes the site so much easier to navigate, because now when I want to go to the next portfolio, all I have to do is hover over this and choose the next one, which is lifestyle. We're going to check that one out. I'm guessing it's going to be pretty consistent, and then we'll move on to the rest of the site and try to actually get through some more places. All right, so this design layout, everything looks pretty consistent. Lifestyle right here, I'm just kind of scrolling down through here. Again, we do have these hover elements right here. I would definitely consider removing these and turning them off. but let's keep going down here to the bottom. Let's see. Again, really great selection of images. So I'm not having to scroll forever. There's a nice variety in here. It doesn't feel overwhelming. It's just enough to really give me a good idea of where you are as a photographer and your skill level. Again, no captions and keywords down here, so no SEO benefit coming from that. Definitely something that you should consider. All right, let's go ahead and let's check out your promotions, and let's see, monthly special. Let's see what this is. All right, and this looks like a custom page that you have set up. So I'm gonna give you bonus points for a custom page. Nice job getting in here and playing with the custom pages and getting something set up. Looks like you've got your senior portrait session. You've created this image here to show your pricing. And all of this looks fantastic. One of the things I always recommend is if you are setting up a custom page, remember you can drop links in here. So if you're talking about sessions, booking sessions, put a link in here where I know you have contact up here, but put a link in here where whenever they see this, they can act on their impulse and click that contact and reach out to you. All right, but great job on this page. Let's move down to your senior model program really quick, and then I'm gonna try to hit that book now if I can get through it in the next 30 seconds. All right, so this is your senior model program. Really cool layout you have here. Again, this is another custom page. Bonus points for that. I think you did a great job on this custom page. Lots of good text information here that's good for SEO, but again, I don't see any links where I can click on this. So if I'm a visitor and I'm going through here and I get that impulse of like, man, I want to just reach out, make it really easy and tempt me to contact you. Put a link in here. Let's hit the About page really quick. Let's see if I can get to that. And all right, so apparently you are a flamingo. That's okay. Now, so your About page, if you're gonna have an About page, I definitely recommend making sure that you have an About photo here so people can see what you look like. All right, unfortunately, I'm out of time with this review. I think I got a good page going, few different comments in there, but nice consistent layout, just a few things that I would recommend changing up to really set your website off. All right, so let me just check on you guys here in chat. So let's see, the first number that I see is 717, is that right? So did I get 717? Is that the number that I see there? All right, I'm gonna go and say 717. So let me see what website 717 is. So let's get to that. All the way back up here, scrolling up, and I kind of changed the numbering system a little bit, you guys, to make it a little bit more random to get you guys to choose up and down. All of these are kind of going crazy, so I wanted to make sure that I made it fair. All right, so I am going to copy this link address, and then we're going to pop this over, and we're just going to paste it in and go right into it. All right, so this is Kristen Nacho. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Let me just bring this down so you guys can see the link. That's KristenNacho.com. This is going to be our third site, right? Third site. We got one more to go. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and start here on the homepage. Let's get that review time on the clock. And here we go. All right, so first of all, Kristen, I think you've got a cool logo. It's really, really big. And it's taking up a lot of space. I think that this logo is nice and cool. I love it. It's definitely very hipsterish. I think that's the right word. But it's really big. It's taking up a lot of space on this. It's taking up a lot of real estate. So I would maybe consider using a layout that throws that logo over to the left side and brings your site menu up next to it. Now, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that you have your site menus well thought out so that they don't fall off the page because there's too many in there. So you might have to be combining some of these site menu items together and drop downs to make sure that they all show. But again, cool logo, it's really big. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. You guys think it's a little big? Does that seem like a lot? But definitely let me know what you guys think. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Also, too, I didn't point it out, but Christian, I can't read. Why can't Christina, I'm sorry, I can't read today, you guys. Christina Cho. Why did I said Christine Nacho to Kristen Nacho. Wow. Christina Cho. I'm so sorry. All right, but she did up here at the top get the favicon going right here. So definitely kudos to you on that. So I'm gonna give you a point for that. And let's just go ahead and bring this back down. And we are on the home page, so I'm sure home is gonna take us to the home page. So let's scroll down here and let's take a look at these images. Big, beautiful images. I think these are gorgeous. Again, that big logo makes it hard to get everything in, but let's take a look at these photos here really quick. So you're using a photo strip. And here's what I was talking about that photo strip, guys. With a photo strip, you can use landscape-oriented images mixed in with portrait-oriented images, and it actually fits them together. So if you've been using a full screen slideshow on your homepage and you've noticed some cropping happening, you can switch to a photo strip and it will eliminate that problem because it fits them together. The downside to this is that it does require manual scrolling by your visitor. I love these photos. I love how we kind of transition from these black and white photos to this color one. So beautiful photos. Let's keep taking a look here. Let's just see. Let's see. Man. So one of the things I will say is that I would probably go in here and mix these up a little bit more. I feel like, and maybe it's just me, I feel like these photos are getting better as we go on. And so usually what that means is that you're adding to your portfolio and it's showing the older images up top and the newer images down there, which again, is that natural progression. So I would probably go in here, mix these up a little bit more. There's definitely a lot that looks like the same family, so you might want to pick and choose between those. I think we've hit the end here, so I wouldn't say that there are too many photos in here, but I would definitely start to consider calling some of these down, especially ones that are from the same shoot, maybe making room for other photos in there. But absolutely gorgeous photos for sure. All right, let's scroll down here really quick. Cultivating Memories. All right, so a couple things. Right here, you've got a nice, right here, you've got this like welcome message. I think what this is. This is the welcome message. Good job using this. You have your social media here. And then you have the logo down here with your location here. So first of all, big points for having that location on the homepage. So many times it takes me a couple of site menu items in or digging around to actually find the location where you're located as a photographer. So I think you've done a great job putting that on the homepage. Not sure why we have the gigantic logo again on the homepage. That's definitely something that I would consider. Again, I think the logo is cool. It's just really big. So definitely something to think of there. All right, so let's go down and let's take a look at the rest of the website. So it's interesting to me that you're leading with your blog. Hopefully that means that you are an avid blogger and I get in here and I'm going to see like a blog post every other day or something like that. It's definitely interesting to me that you're leading with your blog. What do you guys think in chat? But let me go ahead and hit that blog and let's just take a look really quick. And let's see what this blog looks like. All right, so not seeing any dates. You're leading with your blog. I kind of want to know how frequently you're blogging, but that's fine. Not seeing any dates, but we'll keep going. Man, look at this. These images are just beautiful. They're bright, they're colorful, they pop. I love the photos. So let's see, young. So we got this blog post. We have this one. We have this one. So again, looks like you're blogging quite a bit or you're faking it because I can't tell because there's no dates, which again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm seeing there are a lot of blogs in here. So that's definitely cool. I'm curious to see what dates they are, but I think this is great. All right, let's click on this first blog. Maybe we can read some more information. Maybe we can see when this was posted in here in the blog. So let's take a look really quick. All right. All right, so again, no date. Let's take a look. Lots of photos, good text. Man, the color of these photos are just popping. It's amazing. All right, and then so let's see. We get down here, and we've got. So it looks like your blogs are mainly photos. So I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. They're absolutely gorgeous photos. And I'm sure that this is probably helping your SEO, but I'm just curious as to why the blog post is 90% photos and a little text, maybe making it a little bit more diverse, adding a little bit more text in here, not posting so many photos. You know, you might be able to take that. And again, I'm not sure what you're using with your blog. Leading with your blog, are you using your blog as a way to deliver this to your clients so they can see their photos? Is this for SEO purposes? you could definitely take that blog post of all of those photos and you could call them down and definitely turn that into multiple blog posts in there. So definitely something to think about. But I have to say, clicking on the blog with you, leading on the blog, I'm impressed with what you have. It's much better than anything I've done. And I think I'm going to give you bonus points for keeping your blog up to date. So great job on that. All right, let's take a look at your story, Christina. So now that I can say your name right, got a nice about photo in here. Great job getting this set up. Let's just keep scrolling down here. Ice cream. Perfect. So I think you had a nice about photo. There's not too much text in here that I'm like, oh, I have to read this novel. There's a lot of good information here. It tells me that you're a pet owner. It talks about family. You talk about photography. Really great about photo. So I know what you look like. I kind of get a sense of your personality. And so I think this is definitely great. I'm always going to advocate for about videos, but this is really nice. Great job here. Okay, so I am curious, blog, leading with blog, and then going to gallery. So let's check out your gallery really quick. So we've got gallery. Is this client galleries? Is this portfolio? Just a question I'm throwing out there, but let's go ahead and check out your engagements. All right, so we're going to your engagements portfolio. Let's go ahead and check this out. All right, so one of the things I'm noticing right away is that your engagement photos are really big. I'm torn between this. I kind of like, they're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous photos. I kind of like seeing a nice thumbnails page where I can kind of quickly browse what you have and then clicking on photos to see them larger if I'm interested. What do you guys think in chat? So do you guys think that these nice large images are the way to go for this? It definitely gives it its own look, or do you guys prefer the smaller, quick thumbnail view than having the option to click on these photos to see them larger as a visitor if you're interested? But man, these images are beautiful. They pop for sure. Beautiful photos. All right, let's go to the next weddings really quick. Let's check that one out. Same thing it looks like here, so let's keep going. So we have these big photos. Again, they're taking up the majority of the screen, and I'm just kind of scrolling down, seeing them one by one. And again, they're the same size. Let's go to the bottom and look at something here. So again, I don't see any categories and keywords. So if you are keywording these photos, if you're keywording your gallery, if you're putting in the work with your SEO, it's definitely not giving you any benefit because it's not turned on here on the website. So you want to go and make sure that that is turned on. Also, too, up at the top, I didn't notice a gallery caption. So if we go back up to the top, there's no gallery caption. A gallery caption, again, you can put information about your locations that you like to shoot. Lots of things in that gallery caption that will help your SEO as well. 13 seconds. Let's see if we can check out behind the scenes really quick. All right, and look, you've got a video embedded from YouTube. Good job here on this. Bonus points for that. So is this just a behind the scenes video of your shoot? I think that's great to have. Click the 3 horizontal lines in the upright corner to view the video playlist. Okay, so you have actually a behind the scenes video playlist embedded on a custom page. I'm going to give you bonus points for that. Again, I feel like some of the content is a little large. Definitely something to consider, but I think you've got a great website. Good job getting all this set up. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next one. Thank you so much, Christina, for submitting your site. Let's go ahead and grab the next one. All right, let me see. What number did you guys throw out in chat? What was the first number that was out here? The first number that I am seeing is 1675 from Camper 800. So let me go find that site. So we're going to go with 16. What was it? 1685. I got to work on my short-term memory. Where'd you go? 1675. All right, so let me grab that number, 1675, all the way. Oh, 1665, right? Did somebody say 1665? What number did you say? That's what I'm going to say, 1665. Okay, 1665. Let me grab that. All right, so that is going to be this one right here. Let me copy that. Paste that over in here, and then here we go. This is going to be our final one, guys. So here we go here. All right, and this one is not a Zenfolio site, so we're going to grab another one really quick. Let's see. That one is not a site, so we're going to grab this one right here, which was basically the next one down. All right, so let's grab this one. And this is kbphotography.com. I can't read today, you guys. It's terrible. All right, so this is kbphotography.com. Let me move this down really quick so you guys can see that web address. And also up here in the top, she's got the favicon going. Let's get the 10 minutes on, and here we go. All right, so KB Photography, really cool layout. You know, this is nice and clean. I like that you have gone and customized the site menu items here to have kind of this really cool looking text, and then down here as well, you've kind of got that going on here as well. So I think you've done a great job at this. This is using the photo strip. So if we slide to the right, we're going to see all the different photos. Beautiful images, you guys. So I think this is a really nicely done layout. Sometimes some of the site menu items kind of blend into the background a little bit. Something you might want to be careful with. Definitely think about it. Give it some consideration selecting your images, but not a huge deal. But let's see how many photos are on here. So there's quite a few. I don't think there are too many. It's not definitely overwhelming. But as you can see, definitely a lot of these, I'm starting to lose the site menu items. So something to think about there. But some absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous photos. So absolutely gorgeous photos on here. You're leading with your About Me page. Let's go check that out. What do you guys think about leading with the About Me page? You guys like that? Did you like the blog being the leading page in the site menu? Let me know what you guys think. Okay. Big drastic change here. So we went from something that was really clean, not saying there's anything wrong with this, but I kind of feel like I've left the website that I was on and went to something different. So definitely something that you want to think about here. I love that you have a great about photo, Northern Colorado. So immediately on your first site menu item, I know exactly where you are. I'm going to give you points for that. Great job getting that done. And then you've got some good information in here about you. So let's just take a look really quick. So again, not too much information, not too little. You have an about photo there. It really lets your personality come across. You give us some information about yourself, but you're not writing a novel. I think you've done a great job setting this up. Again, always recommending an about video, but I think you've done a great job. Let's navigate to your portfolio. So we're going to click on a portfolio. And let's take a look. All right, so again, on one of the previous sites, you are using the portfolio group. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just not the one that I prefer because it does require some additional clicking around by your site visitors because the navigation is it takes a little bit more clicking around. So let's just take a look at this page on its own. So you've kind of got this nicely organized. You got families, bellies. And I am having a little trouble reading this text. I think the text is cool. I like that you're using this font. If you're going to use that though, let's make the text a little bit larger so it's easier to read. But I like the nice touch that you've done with using this cool font right here. And if you guys will notice, she's using watermarks, but they're all super consistent and they're right here in this lower left-hand corner. So looks like this is nicely set up. I love the way this is set up. Again, I just am really thrown off by the huge kind of different feel when we left that homepage to this. Not a big deal breaker. It was just struck me as a little odd. That's all. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go and let's check out one of these galleries. So let's click on this and let's take a look. All right, so a few things here. We have, again, we're on a portfolio. There is not any gallery caption. The select photos button is showing, share button showing, slideshows button showing are these things that you want showing on the portfolio. Also as well, we hover over an image, we kind of have this little purple thing showing up. We have the favicon, we have the pin it button here. Are these things that you want showing up on your portfolio galleries? Again, I always recommend keeping them nice and clean, but if there are specific reasons why they should be there for your portfolio galleries, it's perfectly fine. It's kind of a personal preference thing. All right, Let's scroll down. Let's see how many images. You guys can see by the scroll bar on the right-hand side, there are a lot of images. I would definitely consider culling this down to maybe your best 10 to 20 images from this particular category that we're looking at. Right now, there are a lot of photos, and I'm just going to scroll down, and it's probably going to load slow, but I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. No categories and keywords right here as well. So definitely something that you want to consider there. Lots of photos though. And as you can see, if your visitor is visiting this and they have a slower internet like I'm kind of dealing with right now, sometimes those photos can take a little while to load the first time they're loading up. So definitely something that you want to think about. Now, to navigate between your portfolios, we now have to go back to this, and then we have to choose another gallery. Whereas if it was set up on a drop down, it would be a simple hover over and drop down like this. All right, let's go ahead and let's check out your, let's go with bellies this time. All right, and again, lots of, well, not as many photos in here, but you can see right here, there's still quite a few. Your photos are absolutely gorgeous, but they are taking a little bit of time to load on my computer here, but still, I think that they're absolutely beautiful. Same kind of feedback on this. So you've got this little overlay, you've got the pin it button, you've got the heart. No categories and keywords showing down here at all. So again, you're not getting any SEO benefit. So if you're categorizing, keywording these photos, which I hope you are, make sure that you go and turn that on so it shows. All right. All right, let's go ahead and let's jump into session information and check this out and see what this is looking like. Let me grab some coffee, you guys. Okay. Site review showdowns take a lot out of me because I just do not stop talking because I'm constantly on the clock. All right, so session information, again, you have your location information here, what you are, what to expect during a lifestyle session, all-inclusive pricing, and then you have kind of a pricing information page. And check this out, nice job. You have schedule your session right here. It's really well done. This definitely matches kind of the thing that you have going on with your site. That is really cool. I'm giving you some bonus points for that. Nice job on that. Let's keep scrolling down here. All right, so it looks like we've got an image here that's either been deleted or not showing up. Also, too, one of the things is sometimes if you put an image up and you change the access control setting on the gallery that it's in, it'll prevent it from showing up when I'm looking at it as a visitor. So you definitely want to come back and take a look at that image and see why that's happening, whether it's because it's in a private gallery, maybe it's been deleted. For whatever reason, there's something going on with that image and it's not showing up. All right, so we're going to keep scrolling down here. So one of the things I'm going to recommend is you have this really cool page. If you didn't know, you can put anchor links in custom pages, and then instead of having one link that people browse all the way down, you could have the anchor links in a drop down up here so that when they hover over this, they could say, okay, I want to see information about newborn sessions, and they would click on that and that would take them directly to this position on the custom page, making it even easier for your visitors to navigate through. So definitely something there that I would think about and consider for sure. All right, really cool custom page though. I love the way that you have it laid out. I love that you have this schedule your session button right here. Let's click on this really quick and see what this does. All right, and so that's going to your built-in contact page. So great job there. Let's go ahead and, while we got a few more minutes left, let's check out your frequently asked questions page. All right, so let's see, frequently asked questions. And again, this is a custom page, bonus points for that. Nice layout. I like that you're using this font. I think it's unique and it kind of matches your style. Where will the sessions take place? What can I expect? Lots of good information in here. So great job setting this up. Good, nice custom page. Let's go to your blog. Let's see what your blog is looking like. All right. All right, so we got a blog here. And the last blog post is June 5th, 2019. Looks like there's an issue with the image loading. Let's click on this blog post and see. All right, so here is your blog. You've got this kind of like this thing up here, which is really cool. And let's take a look. So Santa Fresh. Lots of cool images. Again, this looks like a blog post that's a lot of images. I would definitely like to see some more text, but I think it's fine. I did notice, however, that the last post was June. So if you're not going to blog at least once a month, I would love to see once a week. But if you're not going to blog at least once a month, I would probably take the blog off and focus your attention somewhere else. And that way people aren't showing up here and seeing a blog that's June, July, August, September, October, November, almost 6 months old. So definitely something to think about. I think you've got some nice, beautiful photos though. I'm going to say that I think you have a great page, just a few things, and that really kind of transition from the home page to this theme threw me off just a little bit, but I think you have it pretty nicely set up. All right, guys, that was the last site. So I do want to say thanks to everybody who submitted their site for a review. Now we're going to go into the live Q&A session. We've only got about 10 minutes left. Hopefully you guys have been throwing your questions in the chat. If not, make sure that you get those questions in there. I will try to get as many answered in the next 9 minutes as I can. Let's see. So I've got a question from Selena Medical. I'm going to try to say the last name right, Selena. You saw how I butchered Christina Cho and said Christian Nacho. So if I butcher this, I'm sorry. From Selena Metcalphilus. Did I say it right? Did I say it right? Let me know in chat or make fun of me. Either way is fine. Is it possible to have keywords activated without them showing on the page so it still looks clean? So let me talk about keywords for a second. Used to, you could take a bunch of keywords and stuff it on a website and make them hidden, and then search engines would read them, but it wouldn't show on your site, and that's how people got ranked higher. Well, search engines got smart to that. They call it keyword stuffing, and what that's actually referred to now is called black hat SEO, where you're trying to do tricks and trick the system, and search engines don't like that so much. So you'll actually get docked for doing that. There's not really a way to do it in Zenfolio, but what I do want to show you is that we do understand that you don't want keywords all over your website, Selena. So what we've done is we've actually made them to where they are kind of nice and tucked away, but they're still readable by the visitor. So if I show you this really quick, let me just click on this gallery. We'll go over here to details, and this has, let me go to the gallery, and let me just add some keywords really quick. So I'm just going to say Selena, test, and let's say keyword. All right, so I'm just adding some keywords, adding a category, and then saving it, okay? And then if we go check out the gallery really quick, I'm just gonna open this in a new tab. All right, we're gonna go check out the gallery. I'm gonna show you where those keywords show up. So let's go to edit page. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a look at this. So we're gonna scroll down to the bottom. And if I scroll over here, you can see down here at the bottom, there's not any keywords or categories or anything showing. So if I go back up to options, I uncheck the default options. What I'm going to do is come down here and go to page elements, and I'm going to set the categories and keywords to show. All right, and so after I do that, I'm going to hit apply. That's going to show the categories and keywords on this gallery, but let me show you what it looks like. So if we scroll to the bottom again and we go over here, we've actually got it nice and tucked away in this little section right here. Now this is not considered black hat because your visitors can actually read it. All they have to do is click the little plus button, and then all of that information shows right here. So right here are the keywords, here's the category, and then they can hide it. So we've made it to where it shows on your site. It gives you the benefit for your SEO, but it's not super cluttery and taking over your site. So pretty much, I think I just spit, pretty much exactly what you were asking for. All right, so hopefully that helps answer that question. All right, let me go grab another question really quick. Let's see. Kathleen Riley says, where is the setting to have no date on the blog? So that is going to be under website, built-in pages, blog, customize, and page options. Let me show you where that's at really quick, Kathleen, because that was a lot of words in one short sentence. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here to website. All right, you're going to go to built-in pages. Now I'm going to open this in a new tab. That way we have this other tab here we're going to go into built-in pages, and then we're going to go down to blog. So it's this one right here, and we'll click on customize. All right. Now, once we're in here, once we're in the blog, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we go, first of all, summary. So I think it's here. You can go to options and then date published right here. So again, once you get into customized view for your blog, you go to options, page elements, date published, and you can just set it to hide, or you can set it to show. And then once you do that, you're just going to click that apply button right down here, and then hit that publish button up in the top once you're finished to make it live. Great question though, thank you guys so much. Let's see, let me see if I can grab a couple more questions. Guys, we got like 4 minutes left. I'm going to try to answer your questions as best I can. Hopefully I don't go too fast. Let's see. Linka Flattery, man, I'm sorry you guys. Make fun of me all you want in chat because I am butchering your names and I am sorry. Lenka Flattery says, how to get rid of favorites button on the top corner of my site. When I get rid of it, it disappears on all of my private galleries where I need it. Any idea? Okay, so it sounds like what's happening is that when you are on your site and you using a grid layout, you have the favorites button showing on that grid layout. And you want it to show on your galleries, but not on your homepage grid layout. Hopefully I'm close and that is the right answer. If not, definitely let me know. But here we go. Okay, so what we're going to do first is I'm going to go to website right here, customize website, open that up in a new tab. Okay, and then I've got to switch this over to use a grid because right now I am not using a grid. So I'm going to go to layout. I'm going to scroll up to the top. We're going to grab a grid and then I'm going to apply that. So now we're using a grid layout. This grid layout will allow me to show the favorites thing over my images. So now grid content. Let's go to grid options and let's select a gallery. I'm trying to whiz through this, you guys, so I can show it to you because I know it's a big question you guys have. All right, so we're going to select that and we'll just apply it really quick. And then we'll go back and we'll make sure that it's showing and then I'll turn it off, okay? So let my thumbnails kind of render. I think I picked a gallery that the thumbnails aren't rendered in, but let's go up to options. We're going to go to thumbnails. And then right here is the, where is it at? You know what? I might have favorites disabled for this entire thing. So let me check that really quick. So let me go to site, because you can disable favorites for your entire account. If you go to site settings, right in here somewhere, where is it at? Favorites. You can disable favorites right here. So I have it enabled. All right, so let's go back to, and this might be a gallery that I've disabled it to. So let's go to thumbnails, and so it's not on here. Maybe I've disabled it on this gallery. So let's go look really quick and see. Sometimes under access, I think you can disable it there. Comments, search, display options. Okay, let me show you how to do it in a gallery. I'm not sure why it's not showing up right here. I think maybe I've done something weird. Let's go to a gallery really quick and I'll show you how to do it there. And then unfortunately, I'll probably be out of time. All right, so what is this? I've been messing around with this website. It's all crazy. Okay, here we go. Edit page options. And then we're gonna go to options, we're going to go to thumbnails, and then right here is add to favorites. So if I have that set to show, it's going to show on the gallery thumbnails right here. So here's that little favorites thing. So what you need to do is you need to go into your portfolio and turn it off on those, but do not save it as default, because you want your default settings to be set up for your client galleries, because hopefully you have more client galleries than you have portfolio galleries. So you want to make sure that your default is to show the favorites, and then on your portfolio galleries, you're going to want to go in and turn it off individually on each one of those, and then publish those up here when you're done. So again, don't save it as default, or that's going to turn it off for everything. You need to save it, not save it as default, and just publish it like I'm doing now, so it doesn't apply that to all of your galleries. All right, guys, unfortunately, we are out of time. I do want to say thank you so much to everybody who hung out with me today. Remember, no Zenfolio Live next week. Make sure this week, today, tomorrow, sometime this weekend, you remember what Thanksgiving is all about. You are grateful, you encourage somebody, you do something nice for somebody, you reach out to a friend, you do somebody a favor, do something to put more positivity back into this world. I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe weekend. I'll see you guys again on SiteReview Tuesday, but not on Zenfolio Live next week. We'll be back the following week. Have a great weekend, you guys. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click that subscribe button. And if you're watching the recorded version of this and you'd like to learn more about Zenfolio, I recommend watching some of the videos that you should see popping up on your screen.